Gold for Team Canada at the 2023 World Junior Championships. Well, after a day like today, it looks like you can absolutely almost book it in terms of the odds at this point for Team Canada to get that job done. Folks, this is Dolany TV. Good evening and welcome back to some World Juniors coverage here on the channel this evening as we get set to talk about, we did it last year, but this year, my goodness, does it look like this Team Canada squad is absolutely going to be stacked. I mean, it is unreal to think about the talent acquisitions this team has gotten over the past 24 hours in Clarke, Shane Wright, and of course Dylan Guenther to add to the roster that was already pre-existing. Folks, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do right now is take the next 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes me to get through this evening's video, and consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. You know, my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. But hey, you know what? You hit that subscribe button, a whole bunch of other people hit that button. We could do it a few days before the World Juniors if we go on a real crazy tear here. So, folks, I'd be grateful to have you along for the World Juniors. Obviously, this is what this video is leading up to, and the live streams will be banging here on Dolany TV. I guarantee you that. So, here's your chance to get that notification sent to you for the first live stream of the World Juniors on December 26th, when this guy has the after hours phone turned off and booked to somebody else for the day. And away we go, 3 out of 4, or maybe even if I'm stupid enough, 4 out of 4 games that day live from Halifax. All right, folks, let's talk about it. Dylan Guenther, you've got Shane Wright, you've got Clarke joining this squad, right? They announced the 29-player selection camp roster. That's now up a few names, and of course, the big part is here. You've got Stankoven, you've got Bedard, you've got Fantilli on the top end of that selection roster, and now you've got Shane Wright, you've got Dylan Guenther on there as well, and there's a lot to be liking about that back end. The goaltending, I think, suddenly becomes the most suspect part of this World Juniors team, but again, for most fans, I think you'd be comfortable in the fact of the offense is going to get you where you need to go, and the biggest thing that Team Canada has success with at the World Juniors is playing the right goalie at the right time most of the time. So that's where I think now the question begs, is gold for Canada at the 2023 World Junior Championships in Halifax, Nova Scotia possible? I think 110% it absolutely is. And for that reason, that is what we're doing in today's video, is just kind of breaking down my thoughts on it. We do it every single year, but again, this is a really good opportunity to just get into your feed if you're new to the channel and just advertise that I will be doing the World Juniors live streams as we clutch towards 10,000 subscribers. But I tell you, right, this is one of those things. Every few years, the Team Canada lineup kind of comes around to be the best in the tournament. And obviously with the way this tournament's going to function this year, is I think Team Canada has potentially, if all pieces come together, no injuries, anything happen, this team is going to be on paper a cakewalk through the tournament to the gold medal. That's how it would line up with the likes of Shane Wright, with the likes of Adam Fantilli, with the likes of Connor Bedard in his draft year, not a year removed, right? The guys on this team at the top end, Stankoven, you got guys just absolutely, Brennan Othman, I think he was even supposed to be there, it's going to be unreal to see what this team can do offensively. And that's where the defense, right, led by Clarke, the goaltending probably led by Gaudreau, is just one of those things right now for Team Canada. The rest will figure itself out because the offense should be able to drive this team all the way into the gold medal game, and then if everybody else shows up in the gold medal game, it's a cakewalk and you're done. That is common sense based on what this roster looks like on paper at current. And I mean, this is a very Homer video. This is a very Homer perspective for it, and by design, folks. I'm not going to sit here and crap all over Team Canada as a Canadian World Junior hockey fan. That's not what you're if you're expecting something else, I mean, what are you doing? But friends, quite simply put, you look at this roster and you go up and down and you say, you know what? when it comes down to it, out of 32, 33 guys that are going to be available to Canada to make this 23-man roster, you 100% know that this 33-man group, 32-man group, whatever it is going to be the best of the best when it gets down to 23. And the selection camp, obviously things are happening over the next few weeks as we gear up towards December 26th. We have the pre-tournament games and things really get underway with this Canadian roster. But for right now, I think as a Canadian fan, there's absolutely no reason to be like, man, you know, I don't know. I don't know about gold. I think you got to be all in, and I think 100% this Canadian team has the best shot we've had in a long while of winning gold. I think you go back to Connor McDavid's draft year when they did that job. I think that's the most dominant team we've seen in a while. But again, I think you've got that kind of talent level on this Canadian squad this time out once again. So for Team Canada, like I said, it stacks up every couple of years. I've even seen from the big boys at TSN some comparisons to the team that Crosby was on way back when, just of how much of a powerhouse team that this team could be for Canada this year. So what am I trying to really do with this video? I guess if you're looking, hey, you're 6.5 minutes into the video, Tyson, what are you trying to actually say here? I'm trying to say, get the hype train going. Get it up. This is going to be electric. Fans back in the stands for a full tournament. Like 100%. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick gets to host it this time round as opposed to Edmonton for 3 years in a row or 3 tournaments in a row. This is where it actually gets to mean something for fans in a completely different region of Canada. And of course, for our friends overseas traveling, it's that much closer to come to Halifax and New Brunswick and Moncton, I think it's also in, because you're that much closer to the Atlantic seaboard than here in Edmonton, Alberta. So friends, that's where it gets really exciting, is this should be an electric tournament. And if Canada is the powerhouse they look to be, gold is absolutely, my friends, no question for Team Canada. So that's it. That's all. Really nothing groundbreaking here. Team Canada for gold at the World Juniors. Mark it down. It's my prediction. Let's go. Get it done. Away we go, my friends. I'm Tyson. This is Stolony TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Trust me, I know 100% chance this video gets about 250 views and dies. Right? I'm not stupid here. The Stolony TV is an Edmonton Oilers channel. World Juniors coverage is just something, is a passion project of mine. So to you, if you're joining me for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this passion project. And if you're a regular Stolony TV viewer, thank you for taking a chance on something that isn't Edmonton Oilers geared. All right, friends, I am up on out of here. I'm going to leave this up for you, because if you're new to the channel, I really need you to do this. All right, I'm hitting that territory of need with the subscribe button. Have a great night.